Welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Today we are back in the garden and we have just completed our first tournament of the year with some positives and some negatives. And today on this playlist, Take Me to the Tour, we're going to take you step by step through the process of being prepared for that tournament, what we learned from that tournament, and the two main things that we're working on now to have better success in our next tournament. So stay tuned, keep your eyes focused. We'll be right back after this. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. All right, so for our first tournament of the year, we shot 81, when score is a really important piece of the puzzle. And if you remember, when the last time we talked about Taking Me to the Tour, my stroke average this past year was 78. So it wasn't a dramatically higher score than normal. We played Southern Hills Plantation, which hosts a lot of tour qualifiers and is honestly, in hindsight, a very difficult golf course. Would have probably been better to go play a practice round in that particular event. But I hit way more quality shots than an 81 deserves. And so the tournament tension was there, and I could definitely feel some of that, but not at a very high level. I have a lot more confidence in what I'm doing, even though that score was very similar to what I'd shot before. But the way I went about it was way better. Now, one of the things in playing in a Pro-Am that you will find is that distractions are a lot higher. And so you have your amateur partners, and so you could focus on what they're doing a little too much. And that is not a problem for most PGA Tour players. In the past, as you may remember, I did a PGA Ambassador program at Bay Hill for Harris English, who, by the way, just won at a very difficult golf course, Torrey Pines. So congratulations out to Harris, who's been grinding and trying to be perfect, and now is just focusing on having fun and playing golf, which is a big deal. As you get to these levels, you've got to enjoy the process in which you go through. So I'm congratulating Harris and really excited for him on winning his tournament. On the same week, I had my first tournament, and honestly, it was a great learning experience. I learned a lot. Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt. So what did we learn? What did we take from this tournament shooting 81? And what did we learn from Harris English? I'm always trying to help my students see what the tour players are doing and learn from them so that you can get the best out of your practice session, because those folks actually do it better than the instructor trying to teach you to do it. And so we want to see if we can learn from the top level and kind of mirror what they do. And so one of the things that I really enjoyed from Harris is he had fun out there, and he followed his process and enjoyed the process of getting better. And so I sometimes get distracted on the course, especially when I'm playing a Pro-Am. And so I want to make sure that I know that I've completed the process each and every time. And my process is this: I get behind that golf ball, I take my club back on whatever line I want it to be on, I try to push down into my right foot 1 inch. And then as I go through it, I try to push down on my left foot 2 inches and then throw the club through impact. When I do that, and I do it to that level, it feels really good. I'm going to show it to you. So I just did my process. I've got my lines here and my reminder grip on my club to just help me make the same movement patterns over again and over again. And even though that was a hair thin, I really felt like I pushed down and down on the way through and got the shot really right at the target that I wanted it to go at. And I definitely didn't do that feel a number of times. And every time I didn't do it, I didn't hit the shot in that bucket that I want to hit the ball in. And that's the biggest difference between me and a tour player, is that their buckets are smaller and they hit it in the bucket more often than I do. And so when I got the big miss, or I ended up missing on the wrong side, I made bogey and sometimes double. I had 2 doubles, all of which were just because I hit it a little long on my bucket. Part of that's that I'm getting better my game is getting better. I'm hitting my irons more crisply. I hit one iron 8-9 yards further than I've ever hit it, and it cost me a double. So for me, that's a positive. I'm going to spin that in a positive nature, meaning I just know that I always tell students, don't change your club yardages until you start regularly hitting it longer than you think. And I'm starting to get that. So I'm starting to dial it down. Instead of my 152 club with my 8-iron, I'm kind of putting that in a 155 zone now, because I'm seeing the ball go a little bit further on a regular basis. So that was the first thing we learned. And stay tuned for the next thing. It's probably the biggest thing that'll help you with your game next on the putting green. All right, so the second thing was putting. Shocker. I had like 38 putts. And most of it came from just not quite having the right speed control. It's greens that I haven't putted before, so it's fair. So I'm gonna put these two rods down. I'm gonna do a little drill for you that's a speed under pressure drill. And so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 yards is a lot of space. And I'm gonna put one cone there, and then I'm gonna add 9 feet in between, and I'm gonna put my other cone just outside here. And so the goal is to get all of the 9 balls in a row, all the way from the first cone, so hitting the ball the furthest in this 9-shot program, and getting all 9 balls. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's not something you need to worry a whole lot about stroke, but trying to have fun and clear the mind a little bit. So we're going to come up here. Sometimes we'll put it on the gate, sometimes we'll just do it right here. And the goal is to try to hit that ball as close to that far pylon as possible. The greens here at Summerfield are a little slow this time of year. I'll make an adjustment. But we're trying to send the ball as close to that as we can, and try to sequentially get each ball one after the other in a row of 9. So I'm going to work on this drill now. If I get one ball past that last ball, or the most recent ball I just did, I've got to start over. If the balls get outside of the cones on either side, I've got to start over. And then if I putt the 6th ball past the 5th ball, and they're not in sequential order, then I've got to start the drill over. And it really puts pressure on me to make sure I'm getting that ball as close to the spot I want as possible. And then I can't leave until I get all 9 balls in sequential order through the shot. That is going to be the help to get me the work out here under pressure to make sure that I don't 3-putt, that I'm making a lot more putts, and then I'm understanding distance control and picking the right club for me. Gang, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed seeing the positives and negatives of playing tournament golf. And if anything else, I hope it encouraged you to plan for success and go as far as you can in this great game of golf as you follow me trying to get back to the professional tour level. Thanks so much. If you haven't liked it, like it. If you like it, subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday with another video specifically for you, not just for me, at 6 a.m.